Alright, this video is a modification I did to Master Chief. This is Halo Infinite Master Chief from Wave 3, I believe. Yes, this is Wave 3 Master Chief. It has the really soft knees, but it does have a really good sculpt of Master Chief here, and the color is nice too. I like this color a little bit more than Wave 2. Wave 2 got the here's the Wave 2. Wave 2 got the chrome visor, the reflective visor, but it has the stronger knees, which I like. But Wave 3 did not have the softer knee. But the modification I did is to his head. You can see right now the modification is already done. I'll show a picture of what he looks like before and after. Before, his neck was a little long, which kind of bothers me quite a bit, and ended up shaving that socket joint down a little bit in order to get his head down a little bit more. Right now it sits perfectly in my opinion, because before it was sitting just way too high. It breaks the whole proportion of this character altogether. But now once you carved out, I'll show you how I went and carved out this section, but once you did that, the head now is quite loose on here. I mean, it won't fall off, it's held on with friction, but it could be easily taken off, which a lot of people might not like. So I'm gonna attempt to fix that issue. But before, let me show you what I did. So when you have this figure, you'll notice there's a socket joint here under the helmet, and what I did was I used this Dremel piece, and it actually fits into this socket quite easily too. And the opening section, it's almost exactly the same size as this Dremel piece, and if you line it up perfectly and you draw it on the inside, you could deepen the socket joint a little bit. You could deepen the socket joint, which allows the ball joint on his head to go in a little bit more. Because when you put this helmet on, you'll notice there's a gap between the helmet and the neck. You could clearly see if you didn't do the modification, you would clearly see there's a gap, like somewhere around here. You would see something like, or something like that. And you could see if they have drilled this socket joint a little deeper, then it would have been perfect to begin with. But since they didn't, the helmet was sitting a little too high up. So all I had to do was made a modification, which again I used this piece of Dremel drill, and then I went in here carefully and then turned on and start drilling the socket joint down a little bit more, so this piece will fit in a little deeper, which now it sits perfectly. Actually, let's see, it sits right there. Now the neck is not extra long, and yeah, it fits in perfectly. But again, this is loose now, so what I'm attempting to do is that this opening here, this opening, I'll probably add a layer of glue, maybe two, I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna try to add one layer of glue and then let it dry, and then push the peg, the ball joint in there, the neck ball joint in there, to see if it actually keeps it in place. If not, then I'll probably pop it out and then add another layer of glue. So the glue I'm using would be Gorilla Glue. And here's the Gorilla Glue I have, is the Gorilla Super Glue brush and nozzle, and this is the 0.35 ounce version. I got this at Target. I think it was around $2-3, somewhere around there, but it has a brush on it, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to brush it around the socket joint, the outer socket, not the inside part, because I want to keep that as deep as possible. But I'm trying to tighten the neck a little bit. That's the thing. So it catches the ball joint to the shaft section, so it keeps it in there a little bit tighter. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, and here's what I've done so far. I added about 2 coats of paint 2 coats of glue around the edge of this hole right here, not on the bottom where the socket is, but just around the edge right here to fill up the opening a little bit, so it makes it a little tighter, so when the ball joint pops in, it should be a lot tighter. Okay, so after about 24 hours, this thing I think is dry now. You can see the outer edge, and then there's the inner edge of the rim. You can see it's quite a bit thicker now. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to pop this onto this body, and it should be quite tough to do that. Let's see. So I'm just going to pop this in. Okay, now it's completely in and is staying put. I can't even get it out now without using a lot of force. So I'm just going to leave it as is, and right now you can see the head looks great. The neck is much shorter now, and basically range of motion is still there, and you can still turn without any issues. And yeah, so I'm happy with how this turned out. So yeah, so I just want to show you guys one last look at this Master Chief after it's been modified, the neck section. So now, yeah, I like it much better now. If you look closely, you might notice the head is tilting towards the side a little bit. I think it's because when I was drilling the socket, the drill bit wasn't dead center, probably, so it's a little off. It looks like his head is tilting towards the right side of my camera a little bit now, but still happy with it, happy with how it turned out. So he's more proportional now as far as the body's concerned, and yeah, I like it. So there you have it. There's my Master Chief from Jazwares. This is Wave 3 version of Master Chief, and I'm happy how this modification turned out. And if you guys have any questions, you're welcome to drop me in a message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And thanks for watching.